All right, so Travis Dermott just signed with the Toronto Maple Leafs. He was their last RFA. He signed to a one-year deal worth just over $874,000. Fantastic, beautiful. This really helps the Leafs out. Now, he's a 23-year-old left-shot defenseman who apparently can also play the right side. He's 6 foot, 205 pounds, and he has always shown a lot of potential, but he hasn't really come full circle yet. And he definitely took a step back this year, offensively speaking. Now, in 56 games, he had 4 goals, 11 points, a plus 14. He actually, although his offensive side suffered, defensively he definitely got better. Became a harder player to play against too. More of a greasy, annoying sandpaper kind of guy. Doesn't have quite the frame to back it up some of the times. But if you're playing with someone like Zach Bogosian, magic could happen. Now, this makes the defense look a little bit crowded. Not to mention their cap. Right now, they're just $1,049,000 plus over the cap limit at this moment. So let's look at their defense really quickly and sort of figure that out, because Morgan Riley and Jake Muzzin are cemented on that left side on the first and second pairing. TJ Brody's going to play with one of them. I would assume Riley. Justin Hull, who played most of the season last season with Muzzin, will probably play with him as well. That leaves the bottom pairing, 2 spots available, and we have 4 players to squeeze into those 2 spots in Zach Bogosian, Mikko Lehtinen, Rasmus Sandin, and Travis Dermott, who just signed. Now, Rasmus Sandin might be sent back down to the minors. Instead of playing 13 to 15 minutes a night, maybe even sitting half the time, they could send him down to the AHL, if there is an AHL season, having him playing top pairing minutes with Timothy Lindgren, who also saw a few regular games with the Leafs this past season, who could also, I think, use another full season playing 20-plus minutes, top pairing minutes with Sandin, with the Marlies, right? Now, Sandin makes just over $894,000, so that would help them out with the cap and leave about $100 or so grand left. We'll get back into the cap thing in a second. So that leaves Lehtinen, Dermott, and Bogosian. Now, Mikko Lehtinen was the defenseman of the year in the KHL last season, and he's tearing it up so far in the KHL right now. Unless he completely implodes in training camp, I don't see him not starting with the Leafs. So let's assume he's a left shot, but he can also play the right really well as well. He's more of a puck mover, offensive guy. I see him starting on the left, and probably with Bogosian on the right. And then Travis Dermott being that 7th guy, who may pop in and out with Bogosian, I would think. That's my best guess. I would love to hear from you, Toronto fans, on how you think that's going to be worked out in the comment section below. Now, when it comes to the rest of the cap and how they're going to get under it, there's Nick Robertson, who they could still send back to the minors. That's a possibility, but he was just too good for them last season. He tore up the OHL. He played a few games with the Leafs in the play-in, of course. And then there's maybe Travis Boyd, who they signed before they signed Joe Thornton, and he plays center/right wing. Maybe he signed a 1-year deal with the Leafs worth $700,000. And I know what you're going to say. You're like, well, they wouldn't have signed him if they were just going to send him back down. But maybe they were kind of surprised they got Joe Thornton, and Boyd was their sort of backup plan. Maybe Boyd might be, unfortunately, the odd man out here and get waived down to the AHL. That would make them cap compliant with the Sandin contract. Don't forget, at least according to Cap Friendly, Pierre Engvall's contract at $1.25 million is being buried in the minors as well. He was their 4th line center last season. So there's that. Not to mention, to add on top of the confusion, there's Joey Anderson, who they got in the Andreas Johansson trade with New Jersey Devils. He's a restricted an RFA right now without arbitration rights. They need to sign him too, I would think, to a minor league contract, because there's no money unless they make a trade, of course, right? That's always a possibility. He's kind of a Zach Hyman light. So he's 22 years old, and he's sitting in the minors, according to Cap Friendly. Not to mention Alexander Barabanov, another KHL standout who the Leafs signed back in April-ish, I want to say. He's 26 years old. They signed him to a $925,000 one-year contract. You think he would make the team too, but he's in the minors, according to Cap Friendly. So how do they work all this money out? Yeah, I'm not a cap genius or expert by any means. So again, I would love to hear from all of you out there in the comment section how you think this is going to be worked out. There you have it. That's it. That's all. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, which will alert you when my next video comes out. And hey, in this crazy world we're living in right now in 2020, please be kind to each other out there. Thanks again, and I'll see you soon.